to the Nth Degree, where we're talking about the latest trends, technologies, and innovations happening across the health and media spaces. I'm Amanda Preto, and I'm here today with Franco Maffei, who is going to talk to us about strengthening your brand's search presence. What are clients challenged with now, and what do they have to look forward to? So let's get started. Hi, Franco. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So tell us about the landscape. What are you seeing now? What are clients facing in terms of challenges, and what solutions is your team coming up with?
Yeah, it's a pretty unprecedented time for search right now. I mean, we're talking about the advent of just AI-driven technology, how it's being kind of interlaced with like traditional search algorithms. So, and it's the big players. It's Google and Bing. Kind of incorporating. Google's doing their own kind of thing with the Gemini program, and then Bing is doing interlaced with ChatGPT technology, which is great because it's something where these platforms are presenting pretty strong areas of advancement when it specifically comes to understanding information that's on the web, providing it to users as quickly as possible, almost like paraphrasing, long chunks of content. They're interlaying, the LLM technology into the results that they're providing for users, which is something that's kind of fun and kind of scary at the same time when you're considering the accuracy of what's coming out of a lot of the results. And really trying to do the best as far as they can with this overlaying these advanced responses into traditional search results. So that's what the landscape's looking right now, and it's a pretty exciting time for a lot of people out there that are using digital assets to try to make their search presence aware because it's we're still trying to figure out like the best ways to kind of being incorporated into the overall experience. The idea that optimization, search engine optimization, SEO is still pretty strong as far as the backbone goes of being able to present these tactics together, but really understanding how AI technology is going to be able to really deliver the answers that users are looking for is going to be, I guess, the next big breakthrough through making search presence.
And that's really exciting. It's interesting that you use the term interesting or exciting and scary because I've heard you talk about the Google stew, right? So, as a consumer, as a searcher, there is a lot out there, and navigating that can be really complex. So, I think everything you described is all meant to make the user's journey easier and get them the accurate, desired, relevant messaging that they need.
Yeah,
Um,
the Google stew, the idea that um, you know from a traditional search perspective, it used to be the ten blue links being seen on the search results page. Now with the use of AI technology, Google's going to be able to take a summarization of those 10 links, kind of parse together the most relevant response, and present that to the user. So the idea that the stew is going to, Google's going to take an ingredient from each website, put it together in a stew, and create a response that's best fitting of somebody's search query. Again, it's pretty exciting. If you've got good ingredients, the stew is going to be good. If you've got ingredients that might be a little bit disjointed, it could get confusing. But I think as the technology gets more advanced, and Google and Bing both fine tune their AI offering, I think it's just going to be something that's a lot more of a streamlined experience that's going to benefit the user.
yeah, we look forward to that. So we've talked also about traditional SEO and why not to throw that away, right? As we look towards search presence optimization. Can you talk to us about why not to forget about traditional SEO best practices?
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's something that from a foundational perspective, like our goal as optimization specialists is to really understand the audience, relate the content that you have from a digital inventory perspective, and make it available through the search engine, right? And I don't think that concept's going to change. I think we're still in the business of providing answers to questions, providing content resources to people that are actively researching things and wanting to learn more, whether that audience is HCP or GTC. So there, I mean, it's still kind of the overall dedication to be able to provide quality information to the users. What I also think from a technological perspective, I think it's going to be pretty longstanding is the idea that our goal is to simplify how search engines index this content, which indexation is still a big part of the technology, right? Like they still have to be able to access your text-based information, your video information, all of it. search engines, and they need to be able to kind of digest it, understand what it is, and then be able to deliver it to the user. So I think that the best practices from for tech perspective of SEO is not going to change. The idea that we'll still be able to provide signals, we'll be able to provide direction, and we'll be able to kind of spoon feed the content that we're putting together with our clients to the search engine so that they can still understand what intent is happening.
So much to look forward to. And then you've talked to me about going beyond the rankings. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that means and what brands should be thinking about?
Yeah, I think from an advancement perspective, um, it's time to kind of step aside from this concept that like we need to just be on the scoreboard as far as rankings go. I don't think that it's as valuable as being able to fully support your audience. Like when we're taking together our strategies, we're thinking more about what we can do from a connections perspective, right? Is it the right connection to make for certain queries? Are we thinking from the larger perspective of what the search results look like? Meaning, you can have your listing on a preferred query in a search results page. You could be ranking number one. That's great. There's 10 other links out there that are potentially being surfaced as a connection point with your audience. Now, hypothetically, we're saying if one listing is saying something and the 9 other listings are saying completely something different about your brand, creates a little bit of a confusion from an experience perspective. So what we're trying to do is promote the idea that, it's great to be on the board for rankings. It's better to have a consistent experience across every search listing that you're seeing. So, especially considering when we're working in the pharma space, there's a lot of content publishers out there, right? They're writing content about our brands that we represent every day, and much more mass and scale than our actual controlled digital assets. Ensuring that we can use our relationships to connect with these publishers, these content publishers, and say, let's think about what content's out there. Let's think about how we can create a larger experience across multi-properties, my site, your site, all of them together, create a holistic view of your larger brand, the brand's larger search presence, and really make an impact. I think is going to be not only from a performance perspective important, but I think from an experience perspective and an ability to educate the audience perspective, way more important. We're now taking away situations where a patient searching for information on side effects. We're making sure that that information is continuous and is consistent across no matter whatever website that they're coming to the research at. So I think it's something that it differentiates us from the larger industry. The ranking perspective has been one part of it. I think as far as the experience perspective, it's a much more powerful approach to thinking of your digital profile.
Got it. So it's time for health brands to make sure they have a robust search presence optimization beyond everything we know about SEO. Make sure your brand is optimized and ready. Franco, thank you so much for being here with us today. Thanks for joining the Nth Degree. Remember to like and subscribe.